I'm from a grimy era, let's talk about it. Gotta keep a pole, can't walk without it. Did some things in the streets, but I won't talk about it. Seen some things in the streets, but I won't talk about it. I'm from a hood that's thorough, they don't play here. And they don't play on these blocks, it ain't a daycare. A new kid gets shot every day here. I guess that's why my heart colder than the rain there.
DVD Era TV back at y'all with another one. Y'all know the slogan. Let's get straight into this one. Now, since the game has been in the music industry, it seems like he always found himself in some drama. Now, one of the people the game found himself in some drama with would be 40Glocc. Now, I'm not too clear how the game and 40Glocc beef started, but I'm more than sure it stems from 40 affiliation with G-Unit, who the game was at odds with. Because in 2009, 40Glocc will put out a couple diss records at the game, including a diss track with the late Prodigy called No Love Wins. 40 will also put out a diss track called Three Amigos, going at Lil Wayne, The Game, and Young Buck. Now, according to the game, he says he went at 40Glocc because 40 was being a bully and he felt the need to step in. Now, when the game says 40 was being a bully, he's speaking on 40Glocc pulling up on Plies, which Jamie Foxx speaks on and says Plies was under pressure.
You can't find Plies, and I understand why. Right. You know why? Because he was afraid for his life, because he could have died.
He ran to the bathroom.
And run it down on Lil Wayne van in North Hollywood. Now, Game also goes on to say his riff with 40 also stems from the slick tweets 40Glocc was making on Twitter. Now, if you're not familiar, as Prodigy mentions in his book, it will be a time where 40Glocc caught the game slipping. Now, the game will be at a hotel on Sunset, and the game will be outnumbered, and Whack 100 and Suge Knight had to come and basically save the game out of this situation. Now, the situation that'll put the icing on the cake for the game where he felt like he needed to go at 40Glocc when he seen him will be 40 posting the game's ex-fiance / baby moms and the game's kids on Instagram with some harsh captions. But 40Glocc claimed it wasn't him, and his IG was hacked at the time.
As far as the Instagram, that's hacked.
Now, according to 40Glocc, I believe the game's people reached out to 40 and basically squashed the beef between 40 and the game because the game felt like this feud was messing up his money.
Dad reached out to me like, oh, game want to squash that war because that's messing up his money.
But according to 40Glocc, he'll be at a pool party in the Hollywood Hills, and this same pool party the game and his people would arrive to not too long after. Now, the game and 40Glocc would lock eyes while they're in the pool party, and 40 didn't think nothing of it because him and Game beef was supposed to be squashed at this point. Now, as 40 was leaving this party, the game and his people would leave out behind 40, and as 40 got outside, the game would yell at 40, turn up.
Turn around, like, turn up. So I'm like, turn up, turn around, I'm coming to him.
Now, according to 40, when he looked back, he'll see the game and his people with guns pulled out on him, so he decided to run. Now, according to 40Glocc, while he was running, he'll fall, and the game and his people would catch up to him and begin to jump him, and the game would even pull out a gun while he had his finger on the trigger and put it to his head.
He chased me down, I fell, boom, I'm on the ground, he stand over me, he put the pistol on my forehead.
Now, the game recalled his situation a little bit different, saying when he caught up to 40, he just punched him, knocking him down. And that's when he pulled his phone out and began to record.
Once he get up, I just took off. I knocked him back down. I thought my little Jiminy Cricket said south.
Pull out your cell phone.
Now, this is the video we all seen online around 2012. Now, in this video, you can see the game punching and yelling at 40Glocc, which wasn't a good look because it seemed like the game was having its way with 40 and basically punking 40, and 40 wasn't doing anything back. Now, 40Glocc could say on several occasions he never fought the game back because game had his people with him and they had guns, and fighting back wouldn't have been a smart choice. Now, jump in my comment section and let me know who y'all feel telling the truth. Do y'all feel like 40Glocc was being jumped and the game had guns pulled out on 40Glocc and all that? That's why 40Glocc ain't fight back? Or do y'all feel like the game telling the truth? He just ran down on 40Glocc, snuffed him, he hit the ground, and he pulled out his phone and started recording him beating him up. Who y'all feel telling the truth? Let me know in the comment section. Now, to make things worse for 40Glocc, 40 was sue Game for $4.5 million, which really wasn't a good look for his image. Now, 40 says he wasn't really suing the Game for the beating he took. He was suing for defamation of character because the Game was making up lies involving his situation. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this situation wasn't a good look for 40Glocc. He was a Crip from the West Coast. He had a reputation for being one of them guys, you know, a street dude. And he was running down on rappers like Lil Wayne. He ran down on his van. he had a situation with Plies, and he was making a reputation for himself as being a tough guy, and he had affiliation with Mobb Deep and G Unit, so it really ain't look good. He's supposed to have been a street dude. I know suing somebody is not snitching to a certain extent, but when you're a street dude, the courts don't mix with that. You get what I'm saying? You don't do the courts. But let me know what y'all think. Now, if you're a fan of these old hip-hop stories, tell a friend to tell a friend about my page. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. More content coming, and I'm out. 1.